Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a very foundational video for you. This will create a foundation for you to analyze markets, where they're at. This is also a video is that why, on what projects should you invest, on what projects you should not invest. This video will develop a foundation for your investments. It's a way that I have been following for a few months or so, and it actually has developed my foundation, my understanding of this thing. Now remember this, whenever we talk about ETFs, something that is related to finances, investments and stuff like that, you should never ever take recommendations from any sort of YouTuber or anything. As a matter of fact, this is your finances, this is your investment. You should always consider your route of attacking different sort of investments that you are planning to do, or hire a professional. Anybody who is in YouTube claims that they're professional. They're not professional. Then nobody's going to make you money or stuff like that. But this is going to be a critical foundational way to understand where the market is heading over. So at first, let's go to coin market cap. Very interesting way to check literally all currencies and everything in a glance. That's the reason I use coin market cap. You can go for CoinGecko or other market. Try to get any sort of like market, so that you can see and all that stuff. So at first you will see that literally all coins that you see, except for like Solano suddenly, going up by 20%, Polkadot, most of them in the past 24 hours, they are doing good. Most of them, you will see green all over the place. But if you see in a 7-day percentage, basically all of this has suffered in the last 7 days or so. Literally the whole market, the whole crypto economy was down, and there was multiple reasons behind it. For that, you have to be very aware of what's going on across the world. Remember this, that crypto is a form of ETF, right? Which is not main money. It is your passive assets. It's not your active assets or anything. It's an asset which is very volatile. That's how you're figuring this out. So it's an ETF, right? So in any sort of ETF, which is very similar to stocks, bonds, or something like that in that genre, crypto would be put into that sort of category, right? So it goes in a very similar pattern to stocks. Yes, stocks are like concerns about like there's market to it, there's trading to it, there's different companies to it. Crypto is something that the trading is happening digitally, in a virtual way, in a different way. So to understand a crypto fear and greed, at first you have to understand and read news about what's going on in this world every freaking day. So I am going to open up CNN pre-market because I watch CNN pre-market for business and all that stuff. But for your job would be to check on as a matter of fact, you could not even have to do anything. You can actually just open up your Microsoft Edge and keep on watching headlines about what the current situation is, and what is going on right now. So right now you will see that so one of the two critical things is that you have to think about is people across this geography or across this planet. Where there is more people, there is more trading. When there is less people but a lot of deep pockets, also there is a lot of trading. When there is people who are not scared, are willing to take risk, there is profit, right? So we are going to consider few countries or few continents that you should consider, and you should divert your attention towards those continents. First of all, China plays a critical role in all of your cryptocurrencies and all of your investments and everything. China does play a very critical role. So anything that makes people from China or people in China who are investing into stocks or ETFs, or for example, Stepin. I'm just taking Stepin as an example, where they had banned their Chinese player base and the whole coin crashed, but now they're in the point of recovery and all that stuff. So when all this stuff happens, your coins will get affected. So China, Korea, certain parts of India, very, very knowledgeable part of India, those who are into crypto and everything, Pakistan, just because they are Southeast Asia. Then you look into Europe, what's going on in Europe, Russia, obviously, because Russians have also a lot of crypto knowledge and they do invest in a lot of crypto, and obviously the states or the United States of America and a little part of Guatemala, Salvador, because so basically these are the news that you are considering, these are the news that you're looking into, and what sort of stuff is happening in that country. From Feb, whenever the special military operation started and all that stuff, you would see the markets were down from that particular day. Now, whenever something like that happens, there is governance attack. So in governance attack, you would see Axie was the first one to got attacked by which the FBI's later released that it was done by somewhere northern part of Korea or anything. I do not want to know who got attacked by whom, but there was an attack that was there on Axie, and a lot of wallets were just skimmed off, right? So that was one of the attacks. And then came another big attack of one of the stable coins in planet Earth, which people lost millions and millions of dollars, and that was Luna. And never in my life I would have ever thought that Luna USD would be skimmed and scammed and slaughtered the way it was, that coin can fall down. Actually, as a matter of fact, I still see it every day, and it just shocks me that the way Luna Terra Classic or Luna Classic fell down. YTD, if you see that, it fell down from $83 all the way down to zero again. So it was, people were bullish about this, to be very honest, but something like that happened, and there is nothing you can do about it when there is governance attack or coordinated attack on cryptocurrency and stuff like that, which means that we have to be careful and we have to have knowledge of what's going on, and that's where foundational videos like this will make you understand how or where or when to invest on certain factors. With those two knowledge or those two core theories of word knowledge, where you are knowing what is happening in different sort of countries, are the people afraid about it or not? Like, for example, Russia-Ukraine situation right now, people are really afraid of, ETFs, which is stocks, holding stocks or holding this. But on the other hand, they're also looking away to transfer money because their SWIFT is broken, right? So there is no SWIFT, there is no trading or anything. So they are still looking into ETFs, which means that crypto becomes their number one choice, where they're planning to take their assets, convert it into crypto, and transfer it from one country to another country. But these are some considerations that you are keeping in your mind, okay? So these knowledge will help you. Then you go to American markets. What are people in America, doing right now? Best is, if to check the sentiments of people's spending power, you go and click on Fear and Greed Index. Right now, still date, in 1 month, you will see that right now the fear is more. Why the fear is more in US? The fear is more in US is because you have to understand ETF is somebody's last consideration. It's not even considered as assets for a lot of people. Three things happened. The first thing happened is that mortgage rates went again high so the Feds increased the mortgage rates high. People, those who have bought houses, their housing pay rates have gone high by a lot. So until and unless they refinance and all that stuff, it will keep on going up. So it's a mess on that side. Biden just approved another $1 million in spending, I think $1 million or $2 or $1 billion in spending as a help to Ukraine. So you will see that there is an extreme fear due to those news that's going on across due to those decisions. Also, gas prices are skyrocketing right now. There's an extreme fear in the market to invest into ETFs. Never think this, that people are always, they will always try to protect their main asset. Okay, so they will pull out of everything out of ETFs and other stuff to protect their main asset. So that is the reason you will see an extreme fear is present up there. Also, you have to look into big stocks, stocks that people have actual money and they've profited and they want to keep those stocks with them. Is going to be in US is going to be Apple and Tesla. So you go out here, you go to stocks. I mean, you can actually look through. You can actually look through Apple stocks right through Google. So just write Apple stock price today. And then these are all some research that you're doing today. Let's go for 1 month. You will see in 1 month they have dipped again a lot. So these are these are signs which I call it as red flags when stocks like this goes down by like a variance of 20 to 30 points, right? Then there is Tesla stock prices. People actually have money on these they have loads and loads of money on something like this. So in a 1 month period, a $775 USD stock is sitting at, it dipped down all the way to 647, but it's 699. Then this is just 1 month. In 6 months, you will see that it's probably at one of its lowest points in the 6 months phase. And in YTD, a Tesla stock used to be 1200. It's literally down by 41.74%. So you can understand the sentiments of the markets like this in main stock markets. To relate that, you have to relate that the scenario should be 2 times more in your crypto markets. And that is exactly what happens in any sort of crypto market. That is the reason. With that foundation, you will try to understand, you will get a picture of why Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP, Polkadot, Dogecoin, all these coins are just down by a lot. This is one of the main thing. Also, foundation of each coin. Polkadot, I think, is a Polish coin, if I'm not mistaken, right? Polka means Polish. That's for sure. So do research on this, and this will show Polkadots, not only Polkadot, but other, coins and everything. You will understand, you will get a fair picture of when it is down. Now, be very, very careful because I don't know. Here is the thing. Go back to history and try to learn what happened to stocks and stock markets when there was Cold War happening. In that Cold War phase, because this is going to end up into something like a Cold War or stuff like that, if you are predicting this right, it's going to end up into that Cold War phase. And when it goes to that Cold War phase, the best way to analyze this is to take yourself back in time and look into the Cold War phase of stocks and everything. For that, a special episode is coming up in the channel where we are going to try to see and try to drag similarities between a phase when there was a Cold War was full blown and what was happening to stocks, because people were at the time also thinking in the back of their head about Third World War and World War III. So that's kind of funny that while you're doing finance and market analysis and all that stuff, you have to think about this stuff. But this is a very critical stuff that a lot of people will not talk about, will not share you this, just because they want to have a little bit of edge over your assets and stuff like that. With that said, which are the projects that you should invest or anything? Now remember this, 1 month. A very good way of going for projects, very good way of investments should be your mother coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything, because they're all-time low right now. That is the reason interest on P2E, which takes 1% of all your cryptocurrencies and everything. P2E is a 1% space. It's a very tiny space. Has got no attraction. Why? Because all the coins are down so much that people would rather buy or skim Ethereum, Bitcoin, rather than going after P2E. P2E would have been booming if this market was an extremely greed market. That is the reason a lot of coins in P2E space is not doing good, because the only reason is that the only way to know is that you will see the trading volume. The trading volume of PegX is 24,000. The trading volume of Sunflower Land is 50,000. Trading volume of a lot of my projects, I remember them by heart. I know them because I track them every single day. So should be you. You should be tracking your trading volume of all of your projects that you are in. That should be rule number one, so that you know that next day when you're watching it, yesterday how much it was and stuff like that. So that will be all from the channel Techado. It's a very foundational video for you to understand why are the markets changing, why are the coins crashing, where are people investing, why, which route should you go. In my opinion, P2E investment is not the right path right now. When mother coins are down like Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's where your head and mind should be. If mother coins are volatile and they are dropping by like 40% or 41%, might be a good sign. But before you join and drop in an immense amount of money and all that stuff, remember this: there is a lot of stuff that is happening right now. As a matter of fact, while we were talking, I don't have to say anything. You will see that Xi Jinping directs Chinese troops to carry out a special military operations. Special, like everything is like special right now. Just might as well call it something else. These sort of sentiments creates a very, very huge. It drives, like these sort of stories, it will drive a huge sentiment amongst a lot of people, those who are trading into finances and stuff like that, especially crypto. Remember this, in crypto, people have, they're always on the edge of their seat. They're not relaxed in spending, or they're always on the edge of the seat. Everybody knows how to play this game by going in and out. If you are stuck there for a long time, you have lost the battle. That is the reason you have to go in and out if you're making investments in this. Nothing in crypto space is ever a long term, except for their mother coins. But as you can see, in mother coins also, people are losing a lot of money right now. But if you're losing money, only if you're pulling out. But these sentiments of these stories is there to make sure that you know that the world is not at its right place, right mind right now. And hence, at the end of this video, I would always say that the world is divided into two: autocracy and democracy. In a democracy world, you still can make a lot of money by being no one, by being nobody. In autocracy, if you have climbed the ladders, only then you're going to make some money. It depends which side of this ideology you stand. So let me write down in comments below. Let me know in comments below which side of ideology would you rather choose, democracy or autocracy. Autocracy has failed over more than 900 years. Democracy is fairly young, for like 100, 200 years. I would still support democracy because that's where, we are happy, even though, we get cheated, we get scammed, we get fooled around, but at least we have the freedom to tell and to talk, speak, do whatever we want. And that will be all from the channel Techado. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation, learned something today about some foundational basics about investments. Drop down a like, subscribe, and there is my Twitter. You can go ahead and follow my Twitter also. I'm out.